Animals, including human beings, require food for obtaining energy, growth, and repair of damaged body parts. The process of taking in food by an animal and its utilization in the body is called animal nutrition. Let us study nutrition in animals in detail. Dear children, the food eaten by animals is not utilized directly within the body. It undergoes certain changes before it is absorbed. Food is treated in the following 5 steps. The first step in animal nutrition is ingestion. The process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. See children, different organism takes food in different ways. A hummingbird or a butterfly sucks nectar from flowers. Human beings use their hands to put food into their mouth and swallow the food after chewing. Is it? A snake swallows prey without chewing them. See children, a frog captures prey with its sticky tongue. An earthworm uses its muscular pharynx to swallow its food. Spiders weaves sticky web in which small insects get stuck. Some aquatic animals filter tiny particles floating nearby and feed upon them. An amoeba, a unicellular organism, engulfs tiny particles of food by using pseudopodia. Hydra, a multicellular organism, uses its tentacles with sting cells to kill the prey, and the food is pushed inside the body cavity. Next is conversion of complex food substances into simpler components, that is digestion. The breakdown of complex food molecules into simpler food molecules through chemical reactions and by the action of enzymes. Enzymes are proteins which present in digestive juices. Okay? After digestion, simpler food molecules are absorbed by the cells within the body of the animals. That is absorption. In the next step, the absorbed food is used for growth and performing different life functions. It is called as assimilation. Dear children, the food which could not be used during absorption and assimilation is the waste. This waste or the undigested food is pushed out of the body. This removal of waste food from the body is known as egestion. Have you ever wondered what happens to the food inside the body? The food passes through a continuous canal, that is our alimentary canal, which begins at the buccal cavity and ends at the anus. The digestive tract and the associated glands together constitute the digestive system. Now, let us know the different parts of human digestive system and what happens to the food in different parts of digestive tract. The human digestive system consists of alimentary canal and its associated glands. Alimentary canal can be divided into various compartments like mouth or buccal cavity, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the associated glands like salivary glands, liver, and pancreas. Dear children, now you know that alimentary canal begins at the mouth or buccal cavity. Food is ingested through the mouth. The mouth contains teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. The teeth cut the food into small pieces, chew and grind it. That is mechanical digestion. Mechanical digestion is the physical breaking down of food when we chew the food with teeth. Okay? The salivary glands secrete a watery liquid called saliva. The tongue helps in mixing saliva with the food. Saliva is a digestive juice which helps in the partial digestion of starch. That is chemical digestion. That means both mechanical and chemical digestion takes place in the mouth. The slightly digested food in the mouth is swallowed and goes down into esophagus. It is a tube which connects mouth to stomach. It is commonly known as food pipe. When the food enters esophagus, the muscles in the walls of the esophagus start alternate contraction and relaxation, producing a wave-like movement which pushes food towards the stomach. This rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the muscles is called peristalsis. Okay? Dear children, let us know more about teeth and tongue in our mouth. Before food can be used by the body, it must be broken down into small pieces. The first part of this breakdown of food is done by the teeth. We chew the food with the teeth and break it down mechanically into small pieces. There are 4 types of teeth in our mouth. These are incisors. The incisors are for biting and cutting the food. Canines for piercing and tearing the food. Then premolars and molars. These premolars and molars for chewing and grinding the food. Do you remember about falling of your teeth some years ago, children? The first set of teeth grows during infancy, that is babyhood, and they fall off at the age of 6 to 8 Yes. These are termed milk teeth. The second set that replaces them are the permanent teeth. The permanent teeth may last throughout life or fall off during old age or due to some dental diseases. Most of the adult have 32 teeth. Of these, 16 are in the upper jaw and 16 are in the lower jaw. The 16 teeth of each jaw consist of 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars and 6 molars. Normally, bacteria are present in our mouth, but they are not harmful to us. However, if we do not clean our teeth and mouth after eating, many harmful bacteria also begin to live and grow in it. These bacteria break down the sugars present from the leftover food and release acids. The acids gradually damage the teeth, and this is called tooth decay. If it is not treated in time, it causes severe toothache and in extreme cases results in tooth loss. Do you have any experience, children? See, chocolates, sweets, soft drinks and other sugar products are the major cause of tooth decay. Tooth decay can be prevented in the following ways. That is, we should rinse the mouth thoroughly with clean water after every meal. Then we should clean our teeth with a brush and toothpaste at least twice a day. A dental floss should be used to take out food particles trapped between the teeth. Dental floss is a soft thread used to clean between the teeth. And we should eat less sugary foods such as sweets, chocolate, toffees, ice creams, etc. Too many cold drinks should also be avoided. Next is tongue. The tongue is a fleshy muscular organ in the mouth. It is free at the front and can be moved in all directions. Let us know the various functions of the tongue. As you know that the tongue helps in mixing saliva with the food during chewing. It also helps in swallowing the food. And tongue helps in getting the taste of food and is essential for speaking. Is it? There are 4 types of taste, like sweet, salt, sour, and bitter. They are the primary tasters. But we know so many tasters by the combination of these primary tasters. The tongue has taste buds which detect different tastes of food. That means different parts of the tongue are sensitive to different tastes. Now let us see the positions of different taste buds on the tongue. Most taste buds at the front of the tongue detect sweet and salt tastes. Taste buds on the sides of the tongue detect sour taste. And taste buds at the back of the tongue detect bitter taste. Dear children, we can continue with human digestive system. Next is the widest part of the alimentary canal, that is the stomach. The stomach is a thick walled bag. Its shape is like a flattened J. It receives food from the food pipe at one end and opens into the small intestine at the other. The inner lining of the stomach secretes gastric juice, which contain mucus, an acid, that is hydrochloric acid, and the digestive juices. The mucus protects the lining of the stomach. Hydrochloric acid kills many bacteria that enter along with the food. And another function is it makes the medium in the stomach acidic in order to activate the enzyme present in the digestive juice. The digestive juice contain an enzyme, that is pepsin. This will become active in acid medium. And this digestive enzyme breaks down the proteins into simpler substances. The partially digested food then goes from the stomach into the small intestine. Now see the picture of small intestine. It is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meters long. Though small intestine is very long, it is called small because it is a quite narrow tube. The small intestine in human beings is the site of complete digestion and absorption of digested food. It receives secretions from the liver and the pancreas. The liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen. It is the largest gland in our body. It is the largest gland in our body. It secretes bile juice and it is stored in gallbladder. The bile plays an important role in digestion of fat. The pancreas is a large cream-colored gland located just below the stomach. The pancreatic juice acts on carbohydrates, proteins, and fats and changes them into simpler forms. The walls of the small intestine secretes intestinal juice. The partly digested food, when it reaches the lower part of the small intestine, the intestinal juice completes the digestion of all the components of food. The carbohydrates get broken into glucose, fats into fatty acids and glycerol, and proteins into amino acids. The digested food can now pass into the blood vessels in the walls of the intestine. This process is called absorption. The inner walls of the small intestine have thousands of finger-like outgrowths called villi. This villi increases the surface area for absorption of the digested food. Each villus has a network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface. The surface of the villi absorbs digested food materials and it is transported to different parts of body where they are used to build complex substances such as the proteins required by the body. This is called assimilation. Glucose breaks down in the cells with the help of oxygen to form carbon dioxide, water, and release energy. Fatty acids and glycerol build components of cells and form fats to be stored in the body as food reserves. Amino acids are used to make proteins required for growth and repair of the body. Now it is clear, children, the final products of digestion. All the carbohydrates contained in the food is converted into glucose, the protein into amino acids, and fat into fatty acids and glycerol. The food that remains undigested and unabsorbed passes from the small intestine into large intestine. Okay. Next is large intestine. The large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter in length. Its function is to absorb water and some salts from the undigested food material. The remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. The fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time, and this is called egestion. The last step in animal nutrition, that is egestion. Sometimes you may have experienced the need to pass watery stool frequently. The condition in which a person passes out watery stools frequently is called diarrhea. It may be caused by an infection, maybe due to any microbes, food poisoning, or indigestion. It is very common in India, particularly among children. Under severe conditions, it can be fatal. This is because of the excessive loss of water and salts from the body. Diarrhea should not be neglected. Even before a doctor is consulted, the patient should be given plenty of boiled and cold water with a pinch of salt and sugar dissolved in it. This is called oral rehydration solution. We can make an ORS ourselves by dissolving a teaspoonful of sugar and a pinch of salt in a glass of boiled and cooled water. Sometimes when you eat in a hurry, talk or laugh while eating, you may cough, get hiccups or choking sensation. Why do we get hiccups? This happens when the food particles enter the windpipe. The windpipe carries air from nostril to our lungs, and food pipe carries food from mouth to stomach. Normally, when we swallow food, epiglottis cover the windpipe so that food is not entering into the windpipe. Sometimes, however, when we eat too fast in a hurry or laugh while eating, a little of windpipe remains open, due to which food particles may enter the windpipe. When the food particles enter the windpipe, we may get hiccups. Hiccups produce a characteristic gulping sound repeatedly. The blockage in windpipe caused by food particle is usually cleared by coughing.